So to continue on the topic, even if, as we said, we are two in this journey, as a couple, a partnership, as you were saying, I love that. I feel like there are maybe some internal challenges too that both mom and the other partner can go through. So first, we'll talk about the mom point of view. So I truly believe that we become a mother. It's a learning experience. It's not always something that we are all born with. For some women, they may struggle to position themselves as moms. And I feel like, as you were saying before, that with all the social media now and the pressure, there is this pressure of, be the perfect mom, the perfect wife, an accomplished woman in their career, or whatever they want to do. But the reality, the struggle that you can go through after giving birth is well hidden. We begin to talk about it more nowadays, and that's good, but it's still not enough, I feel. And so, and we still have mothers coming to coming to me, worried about what they're experiencing internally, if it's normal or not, and how long it's going to last. And, so I think we need to do a better job at addressing more this internal struggle that a mom could go through, rather than projecting, this, you always have to be a perfect one. To the world, right? So I think you and I should talk a bit more about that, about this internal struggle they may come across. It's not something that 100% of the moms will experience. We have moms that are perfectly fine, but it's also a reality for some, right? So again, is there anything they should be expecting, preparing themselves from the get-go, from the moment they become a mom?
So I think, first of all, you become a mom at a conception, right? Yeah. So your whole body is, like I said, it's on loan for somebody else. You're creating another human being.
Yes.
That can bring up a whole lot of emotions. I mean, I remember, and this is, 23 years ago, I remember going like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? Like, this is gross, because I had morning sickness. I didn't feel right. It's like, what have I done?
Yeah.
So, but that is perfectly normal. So I think it's really, really important to reassure mothers and fathers that doubt and concern and anxiety and all that are normal to be experiencing. What is not normal is when we start having more really dark thoughts about hurting ourselves, hurting our babies, and all this. And this happens, unfortunately. I think it's 1 out of 6 women will experience postpartum, some sort of what is it? Now there's a new name for it, is perinatal mood disorder, I think. There's a new terminology for all of that, because there's a lot of different kind of, mental things that come in play. So it can be really anxious. Like, I can't imagine right now, the time that you're doing this interview, we are experiencing a global pandemic.
Yeah.
And I cannot, the women who are having to give birth right now, it can be so stressful, because you're afraid of the germs. You've got all these people with masks on, everything. So that kind of, changes all of that. So for me here, what is really important is, again, what I said earlier, is really open communication.
Yeah.
Do not keep things to yourself. Even if you think like, oh my gosh, I'm crazy to be thinking this, say it out loud, journal it, share it with your partner, seek out help, a therapist, all this. And here, in the US, there's PSI, oh my gosh, I don't know what it stands for, but it's postpartum something international. I will give you the link, but great resource. I used to be a warm line, people can call in, and it's really about letting them know that they are not alone, that help is here, and that they will get better. Because it is, it's we go through a lot. There's all these hormones that are coming in play and all of this. So we have to we have to kind of surrender to, okay, do what you need to do. I want a healthy baby.
Yes.
But it kind of takes over us. So, nutrition is very important, exercising, like you do, and all this, and then just being very gentle with ourselves. At the beginning of pregnancy, for example, we're oftentimes exhausted. We don't feel well. We kind of have this nausea. That's actually purposeful. That's actually nature telling you, slow down.
Yeah.
You're creating another brain, another heart, internal organs. So why don't you just slow down, put your feet up, and relax? So that's nature telling you, don't fight it. That's the thing. Like you say, we want to have this perfect image. Well, I'm sorry to break it to all of you listening, but there is no such thing as a perfect mother. And there is no such thing as a perfect child.
Yeah.
You will be gifted the child that you need to do the growth and the self-development that you need to do, and you gotta go with the flow, and like I said earlier, ask for help, ask for support, because it is a big time. And to be also very, very vigilant of your partner.
Yeah.
Because men also go through, different mental stressors during this time.
We're going to come back to that after.
Yeah. So just being, I think to me that the bigger one is just communication, open communication, and being okay to say, what, it's like, I feel gross, and why did I do this? Like, say it out loud. It's okay.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Asking for help. Don't be shy to communicate. That's very, very important.
Yeah.
And expecting it too, it's good, I think. Yeah.
And I always, especially for parents of younger children who I work a lot with, is we get into this role of caregiver where we're constantly making sure that everybody has what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've got, mothers are amazing at multitasking, right? But we tend to forget the one question that I think is the most important is, what do I need right now?
Yeah.
And so this is important to ask it from, conception through the pregnancy, through life.
Yeah.
What do I need right now? And being okay with giving it to yourself or asking for support.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. What do I need right now? That's a good thing. Because especially in this first months, as you said, the exhaustion is setting in. And you want to take care of the baby, and it's like a 24-hour job, basically, especially in those first days. So what do I need right now? That's a very good question. I love that. Taking the time to give yourself some time maybe, and, asking for help for like maybe an hour a day. And definitely, I really love that. And expecting that. Be prepared to ask for help. Because I think in our society, and especially as women now, we tend to want to do it all. That we are like superwoman, and we can do it all. But just relax, take the time, and
and that's that again is to me the whole media, and maybe kind of a feminism where we want to have equal pay and all of this, but that doesn't negate the fact that we're also the only ones that can birth humans. So let's like, to me, it's almost like put women up on a higher pedestal, because they're the ones that are keeping humanity going.
Absolutely. Amen to that.
So asking for the support, like, hey, people, like, so yeah.
I'm keeping the wall going for you. Do something.
Exactly.
No, that's very good. And to close on this topic from the mom side, there is a quote that I really love, and I think you will agree. It's from Jill Churchill. She says that there is no way to be a perfect mom, but a million ways to be a good one. And I think that's
Beautiful.
a really lovely one. And as you say, there is no perfect mom, there's no perfect child. It's just like figuring it out and doing your best.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and being very open to communicating with yourself, your partner, and your child.
Yeah.
Your baby, even a newborn baby, knows what's going on,
Yeah.
right? So talk to them, let them know how you're feeling, how you're seeing them feel, all of that. So important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really love that you added that, because yes, in fact, it is very important, especially for the women who kind of struggle to position themselves as mom, because maybe there is something in the past that is holding them, or and just communicating that with the baby that, hey, right now I have some issues, but I'm still here. I'm like, providing for you, and my love is like infinite for you. But really speaking that out, because the babies are like sponges with feelings. They feel everything and they understand everything. So if you don't communicate it, they don't know what's going on. And, they just
Yeah.
arrive to the world, so they don't know how to treat that kind of information. So I love that you added that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And they feel it, they even feel it prenatally. So,
Yes.
taking good care of yourself
Yeah.
while you're creating this life is very, very important.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.